I've got a whale alert for all Dogecoin holders as the miners who have a lot of Dogecoin are selling. And I want to look at a key level that we might find some support at for Dogecoin. And in today's video, I also want to share with you guys a conversation going on about a recent tweet that the lead founder of Dogecoin put out recently and talk a little bit about it. So welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip. Do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk a little bit about this Dogecoin sell-off. And I'm going to jump right into a chart that I actually haven't showed in a while on the channel because I think it's very important we talk about this. First off, we kind of had these trend lines going for Dogecoin where we have broken out and then retested off of the point of breakout in the last bull market, and then we had a big move to the upside. And then we entered a bear market, and we had a shoot up, and then it kind of came back down, and we broke above the trend line again, and I, for a long time, had a high degree of hope and confidence that we would actually see a bounce here for Doge off this level, which we did not. Why? Well, because the altcoin market is struggling, and inflation and the Fed have kind of put together a mix of, really not a recipe for risk on assets. And we have not had the altcoin season that historically we've seen. So Dogecoin and many, many other altcoins are underperforming where, in the last cycle, we didn't have as many issues with inflation. And, we didn't have this issue with waiting for the Fed to cut rates. We had a nice bounce, and we had moves to the upside for Doge. This is Doge versus Bitcoin. And you can more easily see that Dogecoin has been underperforming versus Bitcoin because Bitcoin dominance has just been surging. And when does Dogecoin outperform Bitcoin? Well, very simply, when Bitcoin is doing this versus altcoins. Now, we might never see an insane crash of Bitcoin versus altcoins again, but I do believe that we will see periods like this where Bitcoin bleeds to altcoins. Now, it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin does top out in terms of its market dominance, and we do get a surge in some of those altcoins. And I think Dogecoin is due for that. But in the meantime, yes, Dogecoin's been selling off, and I have an immediate target right here, guys, at about 13.5 cents or so. Let's talk a little bit about this news story that I want to share with you first. If you do want to do some trading on Doge or your other favorite coins out there, you could sign up for Blowfin using our link. Check it out in the description down below, up to a $5,000 deposit bonus when you sign up using our link. I'll get to the whales and the activity going on from the whales for Dogecoin in a second, but let's start with this news story right here. Dogecoin founder intrigues crypto community with mysterious crash chart. Billy Marcus is the Dogecoin founder, and he put out this right here, Billy M2K on X. And this is a absolutely obliterated chart with this little meme of this shocked man in glasses and this little 0.5% return. Right now, everybody, there's nothing going, there's nothing pumping, and we're all getting excited over tiny little pumps. Okay, that's all that this means. There's not much to this really, but I do want to mark that this is kind of the sentiment that's going on. We'll get a little pump one day and people will be like, we're so back. And it's like, we're not back yet. What we need to see the Fed lower interest rates, and we need to see inflation continue to get improvements. And we need to see this tariff situation kind of go to the wayside. Community is, speculating on what all this means. It doesn't really mean too much. So nothing of note, but I wanted to kind of share this with you guys because I just thought it was very interesting that the Dogecoin founder is just being vocal and really identifying the sentiment in the market overall. So when I saw this story, I wasn't that surprised. Elon's favorite Dogecoin gets dumped by miners, 65 million Doge in 48 hours. Now, that's not a ton, okay? That's not like a ton of money when you really think about it, but it is the miners selling a little bit. It is definitely, it's definitely a significant amount. It's millions of dollars, but when you're talking about a market cap of Dogecoin in the billions and the multi-billions, it's not really that much. It's what it would be. It'd be like, I don't know, $5 or $6 million, which is, looking at the market cap of Dogecoin. Yeah, it's a $26 billion market cap. So even if 100 million was sold off of Doge, it's not the biggest deal in the world. It would certainly move the chart. $100 million would, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. But we are seeing a lot of big players sell off. We're seeing a lot of people sell off. And there's a lot of fear right now because of tariffs, because of Bitcoin dominance, because of interest rates, and that we're not getting interest rate cuts yet. But I do think we are going to see that at some point here in 2025. And when we do, I think that we're going to see the opposite of this story come out. Elon Musk's favorite Dogecoin gets pumped by whales. We're going to start seeing things like that again at some point, I believe. If you look and you tally up the good things that are happening in crypto and the bad things that are happening in crypto, there are more good things than bad things. The thing is the market sentiment is just poor right now. So what I believe is that, you DC in at low prices and you prepare accordingly. If you believe the future of crypto, and I said this in my Pepe video earlier today, if you believe that the bull market is still here and we're still going to get more upside for Bitcoin, well, then there would be no reason to be panic selling your coins right now. In fact, you would see the blood in the streets, you would see the low prices, and you would dollar cost average in. I think that Dogecoin could go back to its previous highs. In fact, I think we might even see a $2 Dogecoin, maybe even in this bull market. Admittedly, as we wait for more delays and as things stall out, the higher targets kind of start to go to the wayside, and you're just looking for any kind of bounce. And I think a lot of these things can get back to their previous all-time highs. But the reality is not everything is. I think Dogecoin should, because DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, that's in the headlines all the time lately. And perhaps maybe it hurts Dogecoin because now it's a politicized thing. Or maybe it helps it because it's just makes it that much more memeable. I think that it helps it just because, brand awareness, right? Hearing the same thing over and over again. Brand awareness is huge, and that's what's going to help somebody grow. That's why crypto.com has been such a successful exchange, because their brand is everywhere. It's on the Staples Center. It's in the Super Bowl ad back in the day. They had it in the FIFA World Cup. So brand awareness is huge. I think that Dogecoin still has a bright future. But in the meantime, I think people need to remain patient, remain calm. And while we're watching things kind of fall, you can look at some technical analysis and you can find some key levels. I'm looking at 13 cents as a potential bounce. That would be a potential long opportunity that I would see for Dogecoin. And my worst case scenario that I'd like to see, and I don't necessarily like to see it, but the worst case scenario for Dogecoin that I could envision before continuation of the upside would be 5 cents. Now, I really don't expect us to go down there. Could we? We could. I really expected us to hold above this level. But then again, I also couldn't have possibly anticipated all these things that are happening with tariffs. I don't think a lot of people could. We had some conversations going on about it. Some people definitely, shuffled some off to the side because of tariffs. And I've definitely taken some profits throughout this bull market. And that's what the lesson is here for those of you guys that maybe haven't, is when you see, Dogecoin pumping up and you bought down here and you're not selling up here or up here, you're going to have a hard time winning in crypto. You have to buy low and sell high. And historically, this is lower than these two levels and up here. So if you were buying today, you will be buying low. And yes, you could come lower. So it's not an all-in strategy, right? I like to dollar cost average into the market, DCA in over time, which is, consistent periods of time, a consistent sum of money over time. I would just like to enter into crypto on my paycheck. So it's once a month, right? And then I take a percentage of my paycheck and I enter into the crypto market. I'm buying a lot of Bitcoin right now, but I am keeping an eye on my favorite altcoins like Dogecoin, Pepe, which are some of the memes, and then some of the other larger plays like HBAR, XRP, Cronos, Cardano. I'm looking at some of these because they are very much a part of the conversation when it comes to the current administration in the White House, and I think that there's going to be more ahead for some of those projects, and I think there's more ahead for Dogecoin as well, as everybody's talking about Doge lately. Again, if you guys want to do some trading, there's a trading contest going on right now on Blowfin if you want to check it out. go ahead and do so in the link in the description down below. We got a sign up for you where you can up to a $5,000 bonus when you sign up. And there's a trading contest where you can win a Rolex or a Apple Watch, I think, and a Nintendo Switch. So it's pretty cool. That's all I got in this one, guys. I'm Crypto Kip. This is a Crypto Report. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel DCA HODL. And I'll see you in the next one. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. Peace, y'all.